Good afternoon. This is Grand Thumb Farms here on Maizy Lou Farms doing the Zero to Hero Challenge. In the last episode, we left you when the hail kind of surprised me, although it really shouldn't have, but it did. But it's past now, and I'm continuing the work that we had going on. I just have to do the one headland on this field, and I'll be finished weeding in this field. The soybean planting that I did, I put on hold because the tractor that I was using for that field needs to go on the new planter, and this tractor will finish the planting on that soybean field. And I've moved the sprayer over to the field that is across the way. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. The sprayer's on this field here, finishing up the spraying. I'm going to put corn in 34, 33, 30, and 29. The soybeans will finish here in this double field and 29. Corn is 34, 33, 30, and 28. Soybeans will be in 29, 31, and 32. Plus I have the soybeans that are up here, and this field needs to be limed. 3 needs to be limed, and 12 needs to be limed. Or no, 11 needs to be limed. So that's the field work that needs to be done. And I need to get my wool sold this month. And it seems like there was, oh, and I have grass work this month. So there's a bunch of stuff to do. The first thing is making the one lap around this huge field, and then we can move on to purchasing the new planter and get started with the corn and finished on the soybean harvest. So we'll get that done now. That was a quick lap. Looks like my sprayer friend is possibly on the last headland there. I'm going to get this hoe back to the yard and continue the soybean planting, and then look at buying that other planter so I can start the corn and have those both going, which will be able to free me up to sell the wool. It's still the first part of April, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna work until the light starts to change. I'm not gonna work into the darkness at all because I have all day tomorrow to work too. So we'll just kind of see how it goes as far as when we change the day. I'm going to clean up this guy here. Get repairs done, 137, 30, almost 3,300. Get all fueled up. I'll get the hoe dropped off, and then head over to continue the soybean planting. Whoa, almost got that hog. Looks like the cultivation is finished on this property. And hopefully he'll pick up kind of right where we left off. I was on the other side of the field when we stopped, but I moved it to this side of the field when I decided, when I realized that we're going to need the larger tractor on the new planter. Turn the seeder on. This guy doesn't have a crop sensor, which is fine because soybeans don't need it. Okay. I'll figure it all out. So we'll turn the seeder on and, well, we'll just let him go and see if he goes. How's that? Back up. Looks like there's some rocks on this field too. Okay. So it looks like he's got it under control, or she's got it under control. And we'll go purchase that new planter. This is the planter I was looking at. This Kinsey 4905 Blue Drive. Looks like Cookie Monster. I probably should lease it, but you know, I'm just gonna buy it. $250,000. I was talking about how it was nice to have that kind of money in the bank, and here I am spending it again. I don't know that this was the best purchase to make. I probably have plenty of time between this afternoon and tomorrow to get everything planted. But I do have 2 seeders. Well, the planter that I had is both a seeder and a planter, and then I had an additional seeder, so now I can use 2 planters and 2 seeders at the same time. And I left the shop not knowing if I had any seeds over here, so I might be running back up to the shop. And I don't have any seeds over here. Dang it. Well. Do I have liquid fertilizer? Not very much. Well, I might have enough to get started anyway. Okay. Looks like I'm headed back to the shop. I'll get 1 liquid fertilizer and 2 seeds. That should get me started anyway. I'll head down to this field over here and we'll start planting the corn. This one does have crop sensors. Crop sensors are on. Unfold the huge planter. I am set on corn. Hopefully we'll have enough seeds and everything so without having to make another trip. Planter's on. Alright, the size of this field, we should be able to make pretty quick work of it, or the size of the planter. And away we go. got our first cornfield planted. We now have all our crops in the field. We just need more. My helper's still working on that soybean field. I guess he's still working on it. I don't see him over there. There he is. I'm going to need to move this cultivator off this field. And I'll put the corn in there next. I'll have a helper do that while I'm working on some other tasks. I've been very busy. I got the last soybean field planted and the first cornfield planted, or the second cornfield planted. We've got 2 more cornfields to plant, and that'll be it. I managed to get 60 pallets of wool in here, and boy was that fun. They started jumping around pretty good there at the end, but I wrangled them in. You can see the straps on the one side, but that's about it. I did get everything cleaned up. I also purchased the Iceria Pro, I believe it's called, for the McCormick, just because I figured I'd be planting some corn with it tomorrow. So my money has gone way down. I have about 15 wool pellets left, and then I've got 11 or 12 fashion to sell tomorrow. Let's see how the sale goes. Over $100,000. I'll take that. My goodness. I guess the loading was all worth it. I did get everything cleaned up, repaired, fueled up for tomorrow. I've got, I believe, 6 fields to roll after I finish. Well, I can start the rolling and the planting of the corn at the same time, and then 3 fields to lime. So there is still quite a bit of work to do, but I'm going to use helpers as much as I can, and it should work out. I'm going to head back up to the sheep farm and park the truck for the loading tomorrow, or I may even load a bit tonight and then head up to the bluff, get a good night's rest, and get up early in the morning. We will see you after a while. Good morning. Should be sunny a little bit later, but the skies aren't too bad right now. I'm bringing the wood chips that I had up at the bluff over here to go into the flower greenhouse. I'll pick up the wood chips from the toy maker, but I'm going to use the JCB to do that. My truck doesn't have hydraulics. I sure like Granny's place. I think it looks nice. Well, I could have dropped this weight. Okay. Let's grab these chips and fill up the flower greenhouse. I believe this is the only little trailer I have that'll fit under this spout. And it looks like I may have more than one load. Whoa, careful. The money is steady going up with everything being on selling. I did get the trailer loaded last night. It looks much better. I didn't stack them, well, not much more than a load. I didn't stack them 3 wide. I only stacked them 2 wide, and that not only made loading easier, it made it look much better. I'm looking forward to seeing these trees grow, but it wasn't that long ago that I planted them. Alrighty, wood chips are done. I'm gonna leave this trailer over here for now, and then we'll head to the farmer's market and sell the fashion and the wool. I need to find some time to take care of this grass work too. That's all I need to do is run out of hay for the livestock. I got to be pretty good using that little forklift. There's a slight learning curve, but I guess that's with any machinery that you haven't used in a while. But I do quite enjoy using it. I do wish that they made a short flatbed that could carry the forklift on it. I've seen them driving around. They're often used for grass work, laying sod. Okay, we'll be up at the farmer's market in just a minute. I came in pretty hot. I almost hit the stop sign when I turned in the farmer's market. Okay, let's take a peek at the loading. Somewhere, there we go. $11 fashion and 15 wool pallets. And let's see how we do. Oh my goodness. Almost $200,000. That's a great way to start the day. It gets us back into the real money again. I was feeling like I spent a whole lot of extra money this month, which I did. We can take a look at the finances. I spent almost $664,000 on new equipment, $488,000 on land purchases, and I made $774,000 in sold products. Paid out so far over $11,000 in wage payments. So there was a bunch of money coming in and going out. I don't remember where we started the month, and I don't think we're going to have much more as far as expenses go. I've got plenty of lime. I may need to buy some seeds, but possibly not. I'm not going to purchase any more fertilizer. I think I can get away with using up what I have with my liquid fertilizer, and then I'm going to switch to digestate if I need any more. I think that works. I've never used it, but I can give it a shot. And then I've got plenty of solid fertilizer. I need to get these guys going. We're going to start off with the cultivating of the field there in front of us that has the oilseed radish in it, and we'll get those last 2 fields planted. What I actually need to do is get a worker started on the liming. He's got to drive all the way across the map to get that top soybean field taken care of. And I probably shouldn't give him a full trailer's load full, but he can handle it, I hope. It'll be heavy. While he fills up, I'm going to grab the disc harrow and disc that falseed radish field. I'm going to let the case take care of that. And then once he finishes, I'll put him on the roller. And he can start rolling the fields. Alright, she's going to get started here. I love that disc harrow. And I'm going to get this guy started up to that north field. I'm going to have to tell him where to go, and once he gets there, I'll tell him what to do. Okay. I'll let you know what to do once you get there. Just a couple instructions at a time. Okay. Cornfield. I'll get the McCormick started with his planter. I haven't configured this for liquid fertilizer yet. I'm going to wait till we use all the solid fertilizer that we have, and then I'll get it configured. And if that digestate thing works, then we can save some money. Both the planters I have, the fields don't need to be cultivated, but I'm not sure that they have what it takes to cut up an oilseed radish field. Looks like we're going to need to get some seeds. Maybe I can split these up. I think I'll just let him fill up with seeds and I'll go get some in the other tractor. Okay. I'll bring him across the street to get that. I need to change him to corn. And get him started across the street. Oh, and my other guy made it. That was pretty quick. Okay. You can start here. Get it unfolded. Oh, before we get started, let me make sure that the crop sensors are on. I always forget what it is. It's Alt B. Okay. Crop sensors are on. And we'll start it up. I need to jump out. Excuse me. And I will get the other worker to start the liming. So you can do field work in this field. I need to make sure that they've got the width set correctly. I need to check that. I don't want to have to go over and do the whole thing again. I guess I can't tell because I'm not going to see the lines. So I'll have to wait till he's on the second pass. Okay. I do have plenty of seeds. I forgot I filled this guy up yesterday after I finished. Okay, good. He's all set. I just gotta wait till the cultivating is done, which it almost is. So while I'm waiting on him, I'll go back and check the guy that's liming. He looks like he's got it all figured out. That's good. Good to know. I like this little lake. First time I played on this map, I did a start from scratch and I bought this field on the other side of the lake. It's pretty fun. I guess as long as I'm putting workers to work, I could get some mowing done. Or get another worker to get some mowing done. I'll run over to this field over here and get him started. And I'll bring back my little Massey so he can Ted after the mowing. The day's all coming together. Okay, you mow this field and don't run into the trees, okay? Watch out for those trees. Don't hit the trees. Oh, I better get your way. Okay, do a good job. It seems like it's been a while since I've driven this little Massey. I'm working all the tractors today. You know, I probably left that tedder up at the bluff because I knew I'd be using this tractor on it, and I didn't want to have to drive all the way down here. That was pretty smart of me, wasn't it? Now that I found the tedder, I can be ready to get to work. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where'd he go? Did he get lost in the trees? Oh, he's having trouble mowing. Dang it. Sorry about that, buddy. He's got only 116 horsepower and it takes 180. Sorry about that, buddy. I'll switch this tractor out. Just another little hitch. Well, I can put this fella away. And the cultivating is finished. I can get the corn planting started on this field and get the case set up on the roller. I think I can move the fella that's doing the liming to the next field. I think he's finished. I just got to see how much more lime he's got. I'm going to park this here on the side so I can clean it once it's all done. Good morning. The pigs are happy. I checked all the animals and they're all doing well. I'm getting nervous. I need my pigs and my cattle to have some babies. Okay, I'm gonna get this up to the center field on the left, whatever number that is, the second field up here, and I'll get it started. The big old roller. You thinking? There we go. I was getting worried. Okay. Wiggle backwards and get going. There you go. All right, I'll check on you in a little bit. The lime. Oh my goodness. He needs more lime. I'll send him back to the pig farm to get more lime if he can get through here. I probably should have driven him to the road. I think he may end up hitting a tree over here. And yeah, he didn't like that. We'll get him past this tree and then see how he does. Okay, I think we're in good shape now. All right, buddy. I'm gonna jump off and slow down. Thank you. That was close. I'll get this fella mowing. He should have enough horses. Let's see how we make it up this hill. Much better. Okay. The old Deutschfahrer comes through. I may end up needing to buy more lime after all. My goodness. Okay, let's fill it up again and finish that field. I think that's all the lime we have in here. Yep. I saw something funny when I was driving by here. Yep. I think there's some lime hidden in that building. Or in the tree. I don't know. That's funny. There was a lot of lime in there. When the pallets exploded one time, I guess it got stuck in that building. Okay. We can top off at the lime station here and then head back up. Whoops. Okay. All full up. Head back to the north side of town. And we'll make sure everybody down here is doing their thing. Okay, here I go. It doesn't look like he had much left on this field, but that parsnip field that we have to lime is larger and much steeper. I'm not sure if this section needs it or not. I'll double check. It looks like I need to buy some soil information. Field 19, get that done, and then that center part will be field 37. Okay, I guess I already had that. Let's throw some lime down just to cover our bases here. It may not have needed much, but it's something. It looks like our mower got stuck over there again. They always get stuck over there. I wonder why. Seems like they're going pretty far off the field. I'll get them straightened out. I don't know how they figured doing that. Looks like they were doing the ups and downs over here and then all of a sudden decided to go way over here. Got a transmission problem going on. There we go. See if we can figure it out from here. Looks like it. Okay. Stay on the field, please. My goodness. Okay. Let's move over to our other soybean field. Without running over anything. Okay. I don't think it's this one. I think it's the next one. Yeah, it's the next one. Let's see if they can figure this out. And I imagine I'll need to get some more lime. Okay. Looks like you got it. Not using as much, I don't think. We'll see in a minute. Let's check on somebody else. Well, we're out of liquid fertilizer here, so we can go see if the digestate will suffice. I guess it's going to be classed as liquid fertilizer. If I can figure out where to get it. Maybe here? No? Huh. Oh, maybe. I guess it's used in a slurry spreader, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. That makes more sense. Okay, we'll just have to spread it after we plant the corn. Kind of a strange spot to start. It'll be okay though. Spread your wings. Oh, I fell on my tractor. Okay. Let's see if we can finish planting this cornfield. I think I missed a spot. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, here we go. All right. I believe all the cornfields are planted now. They are. We just need to finish the rolling and the liming, and that'll be it for the day. Oh, I need to spread some slurry over here too. Let me get that set up, or some digestate. I don't know if I have the sensors for it. I'll check that. I have the manure sensing. Well, that's good. Now I just have to check if I can get digestate in it. If not, then I'm just at a loss. Yep, it takes digestate. I guess I need to be careful. If I fill it, well, I guess I can just use it on other fields. There's no way I'm going to use this much. I can't. Let's see if those are famous last words. Okay, it should just be the headland. And we'll see how it works out. Well, I didn't mean to hire a worker. Let's try that again. Nope. Better. Okay. Let's lower it. Turn it on. It looks like I'm going to have to do 2 headlands. It's certainly turned it green. Oh, I see what it's doing. My planter is wider than, or is not as wide as this applicator. Well, I think that may not have been the best way to do it. I think that digestate is used much like slurry or manure to pre-raise the nitrogen on the field instead of trying to nail it. So I may need to go back and fertilize that with the sprayer. Well, this guy just made it with the fertilizer and the, well, he's got plenty of seeds, but the fertilizer was close. I can spread that fertilizer by hand over a little section of that other cornfield. My roller's finished. I need to get him rolling another field. I wonder if he can find the field that I sent him to, which is the one I just planted. We'll see. Okay. He's got 6 fields to roll, so hopefully he doesn't get lost or stuck in the trees. I'm going to get this back to the farm, and then I'll check on the lime and the grass. I'm just hopping from job to job to job. I did notice in that cornfield before just now, or before a few minutes ago, that there's a bunch of damage from hail in it. That makes me sad. And I guess I can get this guy working on this field. He should be able to do it. Looks like it. He just ran right out there. Good job. I've actually got 2 more grass fields to cut. This one here on the sheep farm, and then there's the one that I'm going to use for a yard over on the pig farm. So I'll get somebody working on this one. Looks like they're figuring it out. Yep, they got it. Okay. Looks like they didn't need near as much lime as they did on the first field. That's good. I'm thinking I want to start liming that other field with what I have and maybe bring lime to him instead of driving all the way back. We'll see. Let's get over to this parsnip field and see how much it takes. This field has a serious hill in it. It makes for fun when you're trying to harvest root crops. I have done root crops on this field before in a contract. Let's see where they're going to start. Right about here. And it looks like it's sucking it up pretty good. I wanted to bring a flatbed down to the pig farm anyway. So what I'm going to do is take this by the shop and pick up some lime there, and I'll bring it out to the parsnip field so he can fill up by the field. I'm glad I came to get it. His tank was empty pretty much as soon as I got here. So I got everything loaded up, and my rolling buddy also needs to be moved to the next field. So I'll do that. Well, at least he's not way up on the hill. I probably shouldn't be driving on this field with my pickup truck, but I did. And it looks like I'm going to need nitrogen too. I am. That's just another job. Already all filled up. Let them get back to work. And I imagine I'll need to fill up one more time, at least. Let me check on the grass work. Well, the mowing is just about finished. So I'm going to bring him up there and let him tip that grass. The mower's headed over to the pig farm. And I'll get this heading started here. I say I, a worker. I'll get a worker on it. All right, buddy. I'm going to put the JCB to work too. I'm sure he can handle the tedder. So I'll get him set up over there. I say that, he may end up in a tree. But we'll give him a chance. Get this grass raked. When we go in circles. I'll have to remember to check on him pretty quickly. My mower can start on this field. Get that going. Get that little bit of extra grass. Looks good. Okay. We still have a pretty good amount of lime in here. We may not need to fill it up again. We probably will fill it up, but we may not use it all. We'll see how that goes. He's just about finished rolling this field. He's got those 2 large fields that are in front of us there, and then the smaller field over next to the pig farm. And that's all he's got left. Well, the fellow raking the field hadn't got lost in the trees yet. That's a good sign. I guess as long as I'm spending all kinds of money on workers, I may as well get this fella over to the parsnip field and get it fertilized. Which means I'm going to have to buy some more fertilizer too. Excuse me. Another $6,400 spent on supplies. My money's going down fast now. Well, it looks like he did run out of fertilizer again. I'm sorry, lime. Looks like he did run out of lime again. So I'm glad we brought all this up here. We'll get him filled up and send him back on his way. Looks like the roller finished his job. I'll move him over to this field to get him going here. I think my tedder finished, the guy raking finished his job. I'm going to need to move him. He actually hasn't finished. I can't see him on the map, so I didn't know if he was standing still or not. I'm going to send the mower back to the sheep farm. Actually, before I do that, I want to get him cleaned up and repaired. Alright, he's cleaned up, fueled up, headed back to the sheep farm. This guy's headed over to the pig farm so he can ted that grass. And the liming will continue. Hopefully they have enough to make it. I have a good feeling that they don't. That's not a good sign. I may need to bring another batch over here. April's been crazy. That's all there is to it. The JCB needs to go ted the grass at, needs to windrow the grass at the sheep farm. Get that done. While he does that, I'll put the mower away. And then send the Doisfar back to the pig farm. Well, this guy has just been driving in circles. Looks like the land roller's having a problem. There we go. We got it. We got it figured out. Let's see if he's got it figured out. There we go. Okay. We're back on track with rolling. That was very odd. Well, for some reason, they didn't want to do the headland, so I'm going to knock this out for them. Well, instead of going back for lime, I'm just going to leave this little section of the field unlimed. I'm going to send this guy over to the sheep barn because he's going to do some baling. I hope my little Mercedes can climb that hill, and it looks like we may be needing a lot of fertilizer on this field. We'll see how we do with this. Maybe we'll get lucky. We'll have to come check on him in a little bit. This fella can do the tedding over here. Getting closer on the grass work. I'm going to finish up the rolling on this field, and then I'll move him to the next big field. Alright, they should be able to take over from here. Get this field done. We're still doing okay on liquid fertilizer here. They're going to do a lot of driving around though, it looks like. Well, the JCB can head up to the pig farm. The tedding is just about done. So I'm going to finish it up here and I'll send him back to the bluff. That's all done. All right. To the bluff you go, whichever way you want to go. It looks like we're going to have enough fertilizer. That's good news. And we'll get this field all raked up, ready to bale. It doesn't do too many circles. Well, my roller's just about finished with his big field, and then he's got to do that little field over by the pig farm, and all the fields will be rolled. The fertilizer sprayer's almost done with the inside of the field, and looks like maybe one more pass and then the headland, and it looks like he's going to have enough fertilizer to make it. The guy raking this field looks like he's not going to have any problems. He just needs to get straight. There he goes. Okay. He's doing fine. A couple of ups and downs. It looks like he'll be done. So I'm going to take this baler and bale these 3 fields. I'm not going to pick up the bales this month. There's no rain in the forecast, so they'll be fine sitting on the field. We got a whole lot done today. There was a whole lot of jumping around in the last couple of hours for me. But we have all our corn and soybean in the field. Hopefully I can put it all together in such a way that it'll make sense. That's a game in itself. But I do appreciate you coming out and spending some of your time with me here today. I thank you. And I hope you see me in the next one. Have a good day.